Hey, we're back, and probably back to more normal, less lengthy, but not, but of course it's babbly updates. So, been working here a little bit. You see the steering's not done, but the ballast is all done. So I got the ballast across, over in, tied into somewhere in there, where I tied it in across the swing gate, and then tied it over here. Another thing I did, since I had the ballast out, and I hate ballasting, this curve had some bare spots, actually quite a bit. You probably won't even notice it because I never even looked at it on a video, focused on it before. But I did come back and touch it up. I don't know if you can pick up some of the lighter, darker areas because some of the other ballast must be a little different color. Same stuff, but maybe the color wasn't exactly the same. But I did, from roughly around this nice big twee, I came around and just touched it up. So that was done. It was getting on my nerves because I noticed it. I don't think anyone else really would have noticed it, but since I had the ballast out, went ahead and did that. So like I said, the next thing I'm going to do on here is probably work on a little bit of scenery. But what I decided to do before I do scenery, because I like scenery, I figured I'd do something I don't like. There's a local getting ready for me to get out of the way. Oh, I picked up one of these little guys. This is the Woodland Scenics little vacuum cleaner. Works pretty well. I got it. It was on what, 5% sale at Model Train Stuff, MB Klein. So the price wasn't that bad. I needed some other stuff as well, so I slapped it in the cart and went ahead and ordered it. It's nice. It's not, because if I come back here with a shop vac, I'm tearing the crap out of this. But if I use this little bad boy, it's probably not going to show anything, but see, it'll pick up some of that, and see, it won't drag that. If I did that with a shop vac, I'll guarantee you that's gone. But it will come in here and pick up some of the loose things that have been scattered about without ripping up all the scenery. So I like it. Pretty nice. And then again, of course, you can save stuff if you want to reuse it, but I'm not. I'm just dumping it for now. But anyway, nice little tool. So I decided to go ahead and bite the bullet, so they say, and work on replacing the micro-engineering turnouts. I didn't like the fact that, well, this one wasn't working at all. Wouldn't snap back, and I didn't want to add a caboose throw or a tortoise in here because it's easily reachable for the switch crew to just switch it by hand. So I said, you know what, before I do anything else, I'm just going to go ahead and rip it out and do it. Just get them both. Here's the other one here. I actually ran out of spackle, so I mixed up a little batch to smooth it, just to level things out a little bit once I did some ripping and tearing. But we're going to get that back in there, get the track back down, and get it working again, and then start. That way I can really start working on the scenery up in here. I kind of had stopped because of the fact that I knew this track was bothering me. But we'll get that done. Again, I really prefer the PECOS. The only thing I don't like is the fact that the head ties are so darn big. But you know what? They work good. They seem more robust. I'll throw a picture up of what I think is the best use for a micro-engineering turnout. So let me throw it up right now. Okay, just kidding. But again, if you're going to use them with a tortoise or a caboose ground throw or something like that, yeah, they're fine. If you're just going to use them like this as a hand throw and use a skewer or something like that, make me nervous. Like I said, this one wouldn't even spring over. The spring, actually, when I took this one out, I could see this bottom part where the spring is held in had fallen. That's probably why it wasn't latching over. So, anywho, let me continue on that, and then some more mundane updates as we do some more work. Alright, here's something I just found out. I have all the redone track in the two new PECO turnouts to replace the micro-engineering. I'm getting ready to drill holes and get the feeder wires and the frogs back into power mode, and I came across, I figured, you know what, I'm just going to check these turnouts just to make sure the frogs are all power. I don't know why I did this, but I did. And what I mean by that is I want to make sure I have continuity, because the frog is rather large on a PECO. Here's the gap, and then all the way up. So this whole thing is the frog. So it's a little bit larger than like a micro engineering or a fast tracks or other ones where the frog is, the gaps are cut much closer. So just to verify, I'm going to check continuity. Good. Good. Okay, good. So I checked that turnout and everything was good. Checking here with the old fluke meter. And then I came over to this other turnout. I think you can guess what I'm going to say. I'm just doing this so I can shoot video and check continuity with, with the only two hands I have. Alright, so I clip that on there. I'm going to check continuity to make sure the frog's all powered. Good. Good. Uh-oh. What's going on? Nothing. For some reason, I'll pop this frog rail here up to here is not powered because that's good. That's good, and naturally that's good because it's itself. So I'm going to have to do something to get power to that, or if I just power the frog, like if I was going to bring the wire in from my frog juicer and go to here, well, that'd be great. You know, this would be powered, but none of these would. Or vice versa, if I brought the wire out here, these three we powered, this one wouldn't be. So what I'm probably going to do, and this happened to me before on a PECO turnout, so this is one thing I guess you ought to check. Or if you have some odd operating PECOs across the frogs, maybe that's why. Now I don't use the wire that is on the bottom of it, but I have learned to be very careful when I snip it, because one time I went medieval on it, and this happened. I think it was back in staging. And I had to, what I did to fix it there, what I may do here, is either solder a wire from here to here, or I could always solder a wire across these two. I just need to get power to this. So, FYI, if you are installing PECOs, just verify the frog maintains its power across all rails. I'm glad I checked this now, because that's one of those things that when you get the layout working, and locomotives for some reason, maybe, they might not, but they may have stalled across here, I'd be like, why? I powered the frog's got power, and so until you actually investigate all four rails and find one with no continuity, then you got to go ahead and do a fix. So, alright, here's your public service announcement for the day. Alright, let's get it fixed up and get everything powered. Alrighty, we are back in operation. Everything's in and soldered, and I'm just testing it out with the, this New York Central RS1 must be being borrowed from the Olean branch. Normally this would be a Pensy job. But everything seems to be okay. Everything's back, everything's soldered, the feeders are back in. This is a non-sound Loki, obviously. So, now it's time to paint and at least get back to ground zero. Again, this was kind of a remedial action. Oh, for this here, what I did, I decided I didn't want to try to go here to here. I mean, I could have. I just went from here to here, right across, a little soldered there. Little 24 gauge piece of solid wire. Made a little Z out of it here and here. And I could kind of slide it up, get it snug, and it does the job. Now I have continuity across all the frog. So, all right, now we're good. Now we got. I feel more comfortable, a little more reliable turnouts. The micro engineering ones are in the trash, unfortunately. But we're ready for some switching operations here in Fairview. So I guess now I better get the scenery done and get some buildings built. But hey, the sidings are there, so at least we can place cars. Alright, let's get back to work. Okay, so to wrap up this kind of little mini update, because I got some other things coming I'll talk about shortly. I got the track kind of I don't know if I call it ballasted, but re-scenicked. So that's all been fixed up, ready to go. Got it done. It's been painted, and like I said, I got some ballast, dirt, grime, grit, other fun stuff put in there, and as I showed, it's all operating nicely. So we're kind of back to a level playing field over here in Fairview. So the next steps for over here, I really got to get moving on these two buildings I want to put here. Right about, yeah, is going to be that South River Model Works kit. And that's a Craftsman kit, so obviously that's going to take some time. Up here will be a Laser 3 modeling Winchendon machine shop, which I think will look pretty good. And then, once I get those done, I can finish the scene up here. Then obviously I still got to get scenery worked over and onto the swing gate and all that kind of fun stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and post this now, because the next video for some future releases that you're going to see pretty soon is going to be a much lengthier video, more rambly and babbling like you're used to with me, but it's going to be on the evolution of the scene over at the Eugene station. I'm going to kind of walk through from the bare area it is now to completion, thought process, and not necessarily a complete how-to, but you know, my thought process, and kind of show as I work through that. So that's going to be a little bit longer video, so that'll be coming up relatively soon. And I'm also starting to work on the coal dock, the Walther's kit I'm going to use, and the little science project that's going to be. So those two videos are on the works. Look for the Eugene station scene soon. It should be pretty soon. The coal dock will take some more time, because of course I can't leave things alone. I got to fiddle with it and detail it and add lights. But anyway, stop this one, get this up and posted. That's just kind of a mini one, but then we're going to move shortly into the Eugene station scene video. So stay tuned for those, and thanks for watching.